Oh, there you go. Hey everybody, welcome back to my live. We are in another book of Jubilees. What is that? We in another book. We in the book of Jubilees again, and I am so happy to be with you guys. I just gotta size me down and then reshape it. But yeah, what's up? So 28. Let's get into it. It says he would, and I wish I can really I wish I can really see it. Like, seriously, I wish I could see it. Because I feel like that is, really too big. So we're going to size me down some more. Let's see. Audio input wasn't it? We're going to bring that up. Most definitely. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what am I doing. Should have did all of this. I should have did this. Ooh, I went through that already. It says studio mode. What's studio mode? That, transition, fade. I wish I could see the comments for with the string. I wish I can do that, but I don't know how to do that. I think I should learn how. Yeah, okay, let's get into it. We'll figure out that later. It says he went on his journey and came to the land of the east. It says to Laman, the brother of Rebekah. He was with him and served him for Rachel, his daughter, 1 week. In the first year of 3 weeks, he said unto him, Give me my wife, for whom I have served these 7 years. So is a week equal to years, or is it really days? Have y'all heard that? Because if you think about it, think about the whole Daniel situation. What was it? The 70 weeks, 1 week. And Laman said unto Jacob, I will give thee thy wife. Laman made a feast and took, oh my God, made the feast and took Leah, his eldest daughter, and gave her to Jacob as a wife, and gave her Zilpah, his handmaid, for a handmaid. Jacob did not know, for he thought that she was Rachel. He was that drunk. It says Zilpah and he went into her, and behold, she was Leah. Jacob was angry with Laban, and said unto him, Why hast thou dealt thus with me? Did not I serve thee for Rachel and not for Leah? Why hast thou wronged me? Take thy daughter, and I will go, for thou hast done evil to me. For Jacob loved Rachel more than Leah, for Leah's eyes were weak. I think somebody put this out, basically Leah's eyes looked at childlike. That what that simply means. It says, but her form was very handsome. It says, but Rachel had beautiful eyes and a beautiful and very handsome form. To be honest, this kind of rubs me the wrong way, because why in the hell for a woman, why the hell does she gotta be handsome? Isn't this me? Does this rub you the wrong way too? It's a Laman said to Jacob, It is not so done in our country to give the youngest before the eldest. And it is not right to do this, for thus is ordained and written in heavenly tablets that no one should give his younger daughter before the elder, but elder one gives first after her the younger. It says, the man who does so, they set down guilt against him in heaven, and none is righteous that does this thing, for this deed is evil before the Lord. I'm getting hot. Y'all probably gonna hear that. It says, the Lord, it says, and command thou the children of Israel that they did not this thing. Let them neither take nor give the younger before they have given the elders, for it is very wicked. And Laban said to Jacob, let the 7 days of the feast of this one pass by, and I shall give thee Rachel, that thou mayest serve me another 7 years, that thou mayest pasture my sheep, as thou didst in the former weeks. I'm going to keep going, because I was going to say something, and I said not yet. On the day when 7 days of the feast of Leah had passed, Laban given Rachel to Jacob, that he might serve him another 7 years, and he gave Rachel Baia, the sister of Zilpah, as a handmaid. And he served yet another 7 years for Rachel, for Leah had been given to him for nothing. And the Lord opened the womb of Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob a son, and called his name Reuben. On the 14th day of the 9th month, in the first year of 3 weeks. But the womb of Rachel was closed, for the Lord saw that Leah was hated and Rachel loved. How can you say that the Most High is like mean and stuff, and he does stuff like this? It says, again Jacob went in unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob a second son. Okay. Bare Jacob a second son, and called his name Simon, or Simeon. Okay, Simeon. On the 21st of the 10th month, and in the 3rd year of this week. Hold on. So you just tell me that Leah is just popping out kids back to back. Hey, look, Reuben, 14th day of the 9th month, 21st day of the 10th month. Like, y'all see this? Wait, okay, in the 1st year of the 3rd week. Hold on. In the 3rd year of this week. Never mind. Okay, he waited. Never mind. It says, again Jacob went unto Leah, and she conceived and bare him a 3rd son, and he called his name Levi. In the new moon of the 1st month, in the 6th year of... So he read it 3 years from Simeon, from Levi, the 6th year of this week. Again Jacob went unto her, and she conceived and bare him a 4th son, and called his name Judah, on the 15th, on the 3rd month, in the 1st year of the 4th week. On account of all of this, Rachel envied Leah, for she did not bear. She said to Jacob, give me children. And Jacob said, have I withheld from thee the fruit of thy womb? When you read this in the Bible, it says the fruit of thy womb, it's talking about children. It says, have I forsaken thee? It says, when Rachel saw that Leah has bore 4 sons to Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, she said unto him, go in unto Baia, my handmaid, she will conceive and bear a son unto me. And she gave him Baia, her handmaid, to wife. That's a concubine. It says, and he went in unto her, and she conceived and bare him a son. And he called his name Dan, on the 9th of the 6th month, in the 6th year of the 3rd week. And Jacob went in again unto Biah a second time, and she conceived and bare Jacob another son. And Rachel called his name Nephi. I can't pronounce that. On the 5th of the 7th month in the 2nd year of the 4th week. When Leah saw that she has been sterile, and did not bear. What's the meaning of that? I can't believe I remember that. It's like barren. It's another word. Why? Why did that? Why didn't you use barren instead of this? Not able to produce children young. Oh, so she wanted to go back to back and produce children, and God said, "No, you're not doing that." She envied Rachel, and she also gave birth. She also gave her him and Zilpah to Jacob to wife, and she conceived and bare a son. And Leah called his name Gad on the 12th, on the 8th month, in the 3rd year of the 4th week. Hold on, you guys. You know what? Since I got the Bible open up here, I don't follow out the New Testament. I just want to research from the New Testament. Let's see. I think it's 6. It could be 7. It could be 7. I think it's 7, no doubt. Or the Hebrews like said, we know what you're searching for. Because my first mind would say go to 7. Yep, my first mind was right. Go to 7. So we got Zebulun, Simeon, because one of Jacob's son is cut off, like serious, because of idolatry. So we got so it's basically Dan. That's what it was like. It was like so basically Dan is cut off. So Gad is here most definitely. Gad is here. So so Zilpah is the mother of Gad. Okay. On the 12th of the 8th month in the 3rd year of the 4th week. You know, y'all, we're gonna start something like I do this with my Genesis series, like do a pop quiz. We're gonna do a pop quiz for this series. Okay, if I can find my notebook. Where's my notebook at? Mind the mess in the back. Mind the mess in the back. Okay, we're gonna do like a little intermission break. I gotta find my dad. I need to give you a kiss and a hug, Dad. Okay, so everybody make sure, like, always love on your parents and give them kisses and hugs every day. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I guess y'all already know what I'm writing down. So, oh, that was easy. Oh, I knew that. Like, I knew that very much. Say, okay. What's his name again? I feel like, did they spell his name like? Did they spell his name right? Okay, it says named him Gad on the 12th of the 8th month in the 3rd year of the 4th month, and he went in again unto her, and she conceived and bare him a second son, and Leah called his name Asher. It says on the 2nd of the 11th month in the 5th year of the 4th week, and Jacob went in unto Leah Issachar, and she called his name. Dad, what you say? And he called his, huh? What, you gotta use the bathroom or something? Why? You need my eyeballs? Okay. Okay. Y'all get you some food, get you some snacks. We're going on an intermission because my dad needs my help. He's blind. It was $1. It was 3 for $1. Oh, we don't call me no more. It says she called his name Issachar on the 4th of the 5th month. In the 5th year of the 4th week, she gave him to a nurse. And Jacob went in unto her again, and she conceived and bare 2 children. So basically, she had twins. Leah had twins. So it was Dinah and who was the twin? Oh, Zebulun. 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 And the name of her daughter is Dinah. In the 7th of the 2nd month, in the 6th year of the 4th week. And the Lord was, well, I already know who Rachel 2 kids is. That's given. It says, and the Lord was gracious to Rachel and opened her womb, and she conceived and bore and bare a son. She called his name Joseph. On the new moon of the 4th month in the 6th year in the 4th week. It says, now if you do your Bible research, like new moon is basically new month. That's exactly what it is. On the new moon of the 4th month in the 6th year and the 4th week. Might as well just put it right here. Let's see. In the 6th year, in the 4th week. In the days when Joseph was born, Jacob said to Laban, give me my wife and sons, and let me go to my father Isaac, and let me make meat in house. Let me make in house. So normally, like when when a man marries a woman, when they are betrothed, the woman is stay in the ancient Hebrew cultures. The woman stay and prepares for the final wedding, and makes her dress, yada yada yada, and still be in her father's house, while the man is at his father's house, and behind his father's house, he's making a house for him and his wife. Just want to say that. Because I'm getting sick and tired of the number 3. That's all. Drama alert. I want to see what he said about what he says about that. I cannot wait. make me a house, for I have completed the years in which I have served thee for thy 2 daughters, and I will go to the house of my father. Now I just want, okay. And Laban said to Jacob, Tear with me for thy ways, and pass it for my flock for me again, and take thy wages. You know what? I'm going to keep reading, because I'm going to say something. It's and they agreed with one another that he should give him as his ways those of the lambs and kids which was born black and spotted and white. These were to be his wages. All the sheep brought forth spotted and speckled and black and variously marked, and they brought forth again lambs like himself. And all that were spotted were Jacob, and those which were not was Laban's. And Jacob's possession multiplied exceedingly, and he possessed oxen, sheep, and asses, donkeys, which is asses, and it says, and camels, and manservants and maidservants. Laban and his sons envied Jacob, and Laban took back his sheep from him, and he observed him with evil intent. I just want to, okay, let's see. I just want to say, how many sons did Laban have? Like, seriously. So this is the 28th, so it's 29. Okay, I just want to say here, before I start at 29, what Laban did to Jacob is basically Jacob's karma. It doesn't really speak on karma inside the Bible, but this is his karma of what he did to Isaac. I mean, no, not Isaac. What am I talking about? Yeah, what he did to Esau about the whole blessing thing and stuff like that. I just want to point that out. And it came to pass when Rachel has borne Joseph that Laban went to shear his sheep, for they were distant from him a 3-day journey. And Jacob saw that Laban was going to shear his sheep. Jacob called Leah and Rachel and spake kindly unto them that they should come with him to the land of Canaan. Was it this book I read? It was something I read. For he told them how he had seen everything in a dream, even all that he had spoken unto him, that he should return to his father's house. And they said, To every place where thou goest, we will go with thee. And Jacob blessed the God of Isaac, his father, and the God of Abraham, his father's father. And he arose and mounted his wife and children, and took all his possessions and crossed the river, and came to the land of Gilead. And Jacob hid his attention from Laban and told him not. And in the 7th year of the 4th week, Jacob turned his face towards Gilead in the 1st month, on the 21st thereof, and Laban pursued after him and overtook Jacob in the mountains of Gilead in the 3rd month, on the 13th thereof. And the Lord did not suffer him to injure Jacob, for he appeared to him in a dream by night. Okay, I get it. God appeared to him. Okay. But he appeared to him in a dream by night, and Laban spake to Jacob. Huh? Confusion. On the 15th of those days, Jacob made a feast for Laban and for all those who came with him, and Jacob sware to Laban that day, and Laban also to Jacob, that neither should cross the mountain of Gilead to the other with evil purpose. And he had made there a heap for a witness, wherefore the name of that place is called the heap of witness, after this heap. I want to look up something. Is it in the book of Jasher? It had to be. Like, it might be in this book, but let's see. Jasher chapter. Let's see. I don't know. Let's try 27. Joshua is pretty big. That's Nimrod. That's Isaac. Okay. I'm gonna talk. Okay, I know I don't really got that much charge. Hey, what if like Jacob and Esau looked just alike, but they were still opposite? Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna say why you just can't Google what you're looking for? Because what if Google don't recognize it? Well, let's try. Can't find it. Okay, we're gonna keep moving on. This is why my videos be an hour long. Let's check the time. Oh, we're just 30 minutes in. Live. And we're on 29. 30 minutes in? We're on 29? It says, but before they used to call the land of Gilead the land of Rephaim, for it was the land of Rephaim, and Rephaim was born there giants whose heights was 10 and 9, 8 down to 7 cubits. Like in the land of Gilead, I don't feel like there's nothing there. Like there's nothing there. Like literally, there's nothing there. And saying their habitation was from the land of the children of Ammon to the mount of Hermon. And says, and the seats of their kingdom was Kanama and Ashatoth and Erad and Mishra and Beon, whatever. And it okay, I'm gonna show you this. This is supposed. They say the Hebrews. They say these are the Japanese people. And the Lord destroyed them. Oh, that's why there's nothing there. It says, and the Lord destroyed them because of the evil of their deeds. For there was very madness, and the Ammonites dwelt in their stead, wicked and sinful. And there is no people today which has wrought to the full all of their sins, and they had now no longer length of life on earth. And Jacob, I still got some delight in there. And Jacob sent away Laman and departed into Mesopotamia, the land of the east. I have to research the gods of Mesopotamia. That's what I have to research. The land of the east, and Jacob returned to the land of Gilead, and he passed over Jabbok in the 9th month on the 11th thereof, on the day that Esau his brother came to him, and he was reconciled to him and departed from him unto the land of Sinir. I'm gonna be honest, I used to pronounce that word, but now I can't pronounce that word no more. I really can't. And I don't know why I cannot pronounce that word. Why? Yeah, why? Oh my god. My background to the live I'm doing right now, I have to change it. I'm pissed. Oh, hi, game person. How you doing? Ain't nobody here, but I'm gonna say hi back. Yeah, so somebody comment on my live and I didn't know it. I didn't even know it. Okay, so we have here is that it says wait, where we at? The land of Sinir, the Jacob dwelt in tents. Oh, he's up in Esau land. I didn't know that. In the first year of the 5th week in this Jubilee, he crossed the Jordan and dwelt beyond the Jordan, and he pastured his sheep from the sea of the heap unto Beth Shean, and unto the Doth, and unto the forest of Arabah. And he sent to his father all his substance, clothing, food, meat, drink, and milk, and butter, and cheese, and some dates of the valley. And to his mother Rebecca also 4 times a year, between the times of the months, between the plowing and reaping, and between autumn and the rain seasons, between winter and spring, to the Tower of Abraham. Okay, we're going to stop there. When I say stop, we're switching slides. Oh, I do not know where this is at. But I love, okay, let's see. Is it 1st or 2nd Timothy? Let's try 1st. I used to love this part. Nope, it's not 1st Timothy. That means 2nd. No, it's not 2nd Timothy. I don't know where it's at. Okay, there we go. I know Jacob is not a widow. Okay. If any widow have children or nephew, let them learn first to show pious at home and requital their parents, for this is good and acceptable before God. Let's keep going. Let's jump down to 8. If any provide not for his home, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. An infidel is an unbeliever. So what is worse than an unbeliever? Worse than an unbeliever is a demon. So you are like a demon if you don't take care of your household. Take care of your family. Um, it says, for in the days when Jacob went to Mesopotamia, Esau took himself a wife, Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, and he gathered together all the flocks of his father and his wives. So he gathered together all the flocks of Isaac and his wife, and went up and dwelt on the Mount Seir, and left Isaac his father at the well of Oath alone. So he stole from his dad? Esau, that's fucked up now. Isaac went up from the well of the oak and dwelt in the tower of Abraham his father on the mountain of Hebron. And thither Jacob sent all that he did send to his father and mother from time to time, all they needed, and they blessed Jacob with all their heart and with all their soul. You didn't answer my question. So you trying to tell me that Esau stole from his father? I don't care what nobody say. Esau is wicked. He is wicked. Gonna take from his dad. It says, in the first year of the 6th week, he went to Salem, to the east of Shemaim, in peace in the 4th month. And there they carried off Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, into the house of Shem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land. He lay with her and defiled her. She was a little girl, a child of 7 years. I had to get Joshua on this one. Was it Joshua? I think it was Joshua. It had to be Joshua. Wait. Oh, it's a picture, baby. No, 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 no. Where's that? Where's that picture? What's this? What's this? Mm-mm. Oh, I can't believe I cannot find that picture. know where is that, to be honest. Is it?
Should I take a picture of this or what?
All I know is basically Dina was raped. I thought I posted it on my I thought I posted it on my why don't I like it has like Joshua. Oh yeah. I want to show you this right here. And God sent angels for Esau. Oh my God. Crazy part. Oh my goodness. He put the fear of God in Esau. This is what, okay. And he sent and had her taken by force. Dinah came to the house of Shemem, and he seized her forcefully, and lay with her, and humbled her, and he loved her exceedingly, and placed her in his house. And they came and took the thing, and told the thing unto Jacob. When Jacob heard that Shalem had defiled his daughter Dinah, Jacob sent 12 of his servants to fetch Dinah from the house of Shalem, and they went and came to the house of Shalem to take away Dinah from there. Oh, he's such a good father. It says, and when they came, Shem went out to them with his men and drove them from his house, and he would not suffer them to come before Dinah. But Shem was sitting with Dinah, kissing and embracing her before their eyes. And the servants of Jacob came back and told him, saying, when we came, he and his men drove us away, and thus did Shem do unto Dinah before our eyes. And Jacob knew moreover that Shem had defiled his daughter, but he said nothing, and his son was feeding his flocks, his cattle in the field. And Jacob remained silent till their return. A little bit, I'm kind of happy what the two sons did. Now, if you read the book of Joshua, I'm not gonna get you. You see, I'm not really reading it. I'm just like skimming past. I'll read this later, but still, I like what Simeon Levi did. Well, I don't know. They should have did that to him instead of like the whole town. To be honest, And I wonder why, like, Simeon's not rejected. I can understand Levi is not rejected, but I wonder why, like, Simeon not rejected. So it was like wrong-ish because they were circumcised. They was like willing to follow Jacob's order and everything. It says, and Jacob and his sons was brought because the men of Shemic, for they had defiled Dinah. They? So they gang raped her? Y'all see this they? They had defiled Dinah, their sister, and they spake to them with evil intent and dwelt deceitfully with them and beguiled them. And Simeon and Levi came unexpectedly to Shem and execute judgment on all the men of Shemek. You know what? To be honest, reading this now, they did the right thing. Thank you. Yeah, they did the right thing. And slew all the men who they found in it, and left not a single one remaining in it. They slew all in torments because they have dishonored their sister Dinah. And thus it is not again be done for henceforth that a daughter of Israel be defiled. For judgment is ordained in heaven against them, that they should destroy with the sword all the men of Shemelites, because they have wrought shame in Israel. And the Lord delivered them into the hands of the sons of Jacob, that they might exterminate them with the sword and execute judgment upon them, and that it might not thus again be done in Israel, that a virgin of Israel should be defiled. And if there is any man who wishes in Israel to give his daughter or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the Gentile, he shall surely die. And they should stone him with stone, for he has wrought shame in Israel. And they shall burn the woman with fire, because she has dishonored the name of the house of her father, and she shall be rooted out of Israel. And let not an adulteress, highlighted the wrong one. Let not adulteries and no uncleanness be found in Israel. Found in Israel throughout all the days of the generation of the earth. For Israel is holy unto the Lord, and every man who has defiled it shall surely die. They shall stone him with stones. For thus has it been ordained and written in heavenly tablets regarding all the seed of Israel. He who defiles it shall surely die, and he shall be stoned with stones. And to this law there is no limited days, no remission, nor any atonement. But the man who has defiled his daughter shall be rooted out in the midst of all Israel, because she hath given of his seed to Molech, and wrought impiousness so as to defile it. What's that false god? What's that other name of Satan? Let me think. I could have sworn not Beelzebub, not Bel. What is that name? Oh, Beliar, him. But I feel like, is Molech Satan too? Who is Molech? Is Molech Satan too? And do thou, Moses, command the children of Israel, and exhort them not to give their daughters to the Gentiles, and not to take from their sons any of the daughters of the Gentiles, for this is abominable before the Lord. So, abomination before the Lord. It says, for this reason I have written for thee in the words of the law all the deeds of the Shemonites, which they had wrought against Dinah, and how the sons of Jacob spake, saying, we will not give our daughter to a man who is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us, and it's a reproach to Israel, to those who live, and to those that take the daughters of Gentiles, for this is the unclean and abominable to Israel. Ooh, and that would, and like, I think when you read the book of Malachi, that what God hates. Like, it literally says that. Let's see, I don't know where I read Malachi, but yeah, I remember people like teaching me. The real interpretation of this, Esau I love and Jacob I hate, like the real interpretation of this is talking about arrogance. And I don't know if I posted it, but I need to post it again so y'all can see like the real translation. That was like giving God some messed up idols. I mean, not idols, some messed up offering. And God was like, no, I'm not going to accept this. There we go. Have we not all one Father? Has not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our Father? Judah has dwelt treacherously, and abomination is committed in Israel in Jerusalem, for Judah has profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and has married the daughter of strange gods. It says the Lord will cut off the man that doeth this thing. This follows line with Jubilees. The master and the scholar out of the tabernacles of Jacob, and him that offers an offering unto the Lord of hosts. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out, insomuch that he regards not the offerings any more, or receives it with good will at your hands. Yet ye say, for what reason? That's exactly what that means. It says, because the Lord has been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, which is the Israelite, against whom has dealt treacherously, yet she is thy companion. She is thy companion, an Israelite, and the wife of thy covenant. And does not he make one? Yet has the residue of the Spirit. It said, for wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. It says, for the Lord, the God of Israel, said that he hates putting away. That's not divorce, that's putting away. For one colors violence with his garment, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? It said, when ye say, everyone that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delights in them, and where is God of judgment? Christian church think that. It says that Israel will not be free from this uncleanness if it has a wife of the daughters of Gentile, or has given any of his daughters to a man who is any of the Gentiles, for there will be plague upon plague, and a curse upon curse, and every judgment and plague and curse will come upon him. For he do this thing or hides his eyes from those who commit uncleanness, or those who do defile the sanctuary of the Lord. So I want to ask you a question. So was Ruth really a Moabite? Y'all gotta follow this one teacher on YouTube, and he explains it so perfectly. Maybe like I do like a little snippet. Oh my bad. Maybe I do like a little snippet from that as well. Like because I don't know how many minutes it is. I think it's like 20 minutes, and I will like cut it down. He explains it so perfectly. Okay, so where we at? It says, or those who profane his holy name, then will the whole nation together be judged for all the uncleanness and profanation of this man or woman. There will be no respecter of person, no considerable of person, and no receiving at his hands of fruits and offerings, the burnt offerings, the fat, nor the fragrance of sweet savor, so as to accept it, and so fare every man or woman in Israel who defiles the sanctuary. Excuse me. For this reason I have commanded thee, saying, testify this testimony to Israel. See how the Shemonites fare and their sons, how they were delivered into the hands of the two sons of Jacob, and they slew them on the torture, and it was reckoned unto them for righteousness. For righteousness. And it is written down to them for righteousness. And the seed of Levi was chosen for the priesthood and to the Levites, that they might minister before the Lord as we continually, and that Levites and his sons may be blessed forever. For he was zealous to execute righteousness, judgment, and vengeance on all those who arose against Israel. You wonder why Jesus Maccabees was so freaking awesome, because he was a Levite and the son of a priest too. When his father died, do you think he was a priest? And so they inscribe as a testimony in his favor on the heavenly tablets blessings and righteousness before the God of all. And remember the righteousness which the man fulfilled during his life at all periods of years until 1,000 generations. They will record it. It will come to him and to his descendants after him, and he has been recorded on the heavenly tablet as a friend and a righteous man. So this is the second person that is called a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. I'm a friend of God. He called me friend. At this account I have written for thee, and has commanded thee to say to the children of Israel that they shall not commit sin, nor transgress the ordinances, nor break the covenant which has been ordained for them, but that they shall fulfill it and be recorded as friends. But if they transgress and work uncleanness in every way, they will be recorded on the heavenly tablets as adversaries, and it will be destroyed out of the book of life, and they will be recorded in the book of those who will be destroyed, and with those who will be rooted out of the earth. Okay, so this one person on TikTok, and he was like speaking of God's words, and I think it's the seraphim that. Okay, so basically, Satan, he's writing down accusations against us, and these particular angels, they destroy it in fire, so these accusations don't reach to the Most High. And I think I don't know if it's in the book of Enoch. It's in one of these lost books. It says, on the day when the sons of Jacob slew Shimon, a writing was recorded in their favor in heaven, that they had execute judgment and uprightness and vengeance on the sinners, and it was written for a blessing. And they brought Dinah their sister out of the house of Shechem, and they took captive everything that was in Shechem, and their sheep and their oxen, their asses, and all their wealth, and all their flocks, and brought them all to Jacob their father. And he reproached them because they had put the city to the sword, for he feared those who dwelt in the land, the Canaanite and the Perizzites. And the dread of the Lord was upon all the cities which are round about Shem, and they did not rise to pursue after the sons of Jacob, for terror has fallen upon them. So we at 30 right now, so we're going to head on to 31. On the new moon of the month, Jacob spake to all the people of his house, saying, Purify yourself and change your garment, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, where I vowed a vow to him on the day when I had fled from the face of Esau my brother, because he has been with me and brought me into this land in peace, and put ye away the strange God and that are among you. And they gave up the strange gods and that which were in their ears. So I want to ask you a question. Is these earrings? Because it's strange gods and that which were in their ears. Is those earrings? And which was on their necks. And which was on their necks. So gods is on their necks. Is that a necklace? And the idols which Rachel stole from Laban her father, she gave wholesomely to Jacob. And he burned and brake them to pieces and destroyed them and hid them under an oak, which is in the land of Shem. How does that look? I'm looking at how that look right now. That looks fine. I like it like that. There's literally a delay. It really is. This is really a delay. I'm looking to a viewer's perspective. Do y'all have a good experience? Y'all have a good experience. Y'all really do. Full screen and not full screen. Let's see. Should I make this bigger for you guys? And for me also. Okay, we're gonna wait. Oh, I like how big that is. I really like how big you do. Don't you like how big that is? Don't y'all like how big that is? That is awesome. Let's see. Like, Okay. Where I fled from the face of my brother. Okay, no, I read that. And he hid them. Okay, and he went up on the new moon of the 7th month to Bethel, and he built an ark at the place where he had slept. And he set up a pillar there, and he sent word to his father Isaac to come to him to his sacrifice and to his mother Rebekah. And Isaac said, "Let my son Jacob come, let me see him before I die." And Jacob went to his father Isaac and to his mother Rebekah, and to the house of his father Abraham, and he took 2 of his sons with him, Levi and Judah. And he came to his father Isaac and to his mother Rebekah. Since that's also bigger, I'm going to stop right there so it won't block it for you guys. And Rebekah came forth from the tower from the tower to the front of it to kiss Jacob and embrace him. For her spirit has revived when she heard, "Behold, Jacob thy son has come," and she kissed him. And she saw his 2 sons, she recognized them, and said unto him, okay, so do you think that Levi and Judah look just like Jacob? Really? Judah acts just like Jacob, especially what he did to Tamar. I'm so serious. Judah acts just like Jacob. It says, "Are these thy sons, my son?" And she embraced him and kissed him and blessed him, saying, "In you shall the seed of Abraham become lustrous, and ye shall prove a blessing on the earth." And Jacob went in to Isaac his father, to the chamber where he laid, and his 2 sons were with him. And he took the hand of his father, and stooping down, he kissed him. And Isaac clung to the neck of Jacob his son, and wept upon his neck. And darkness left the eyes of Isaac, so he was healed because he was blind. And he saw the 2 sons of Jacob, Levi and Judah, and said, "Are these thy sons, my son? For they are like thee." They look just like him, man. And he said unto him that they were truly his sons. "And thou hast truly seen that they are truly my sons." And they came near to him, and he turned and kissed them and embraced them both together. And the spirit of prophecy came down into his mouth, and he took Levi by his right hand and Judah by his left. He turned to Levi first, and began to bless him first, and said unto him, "May the God of all, the very Lord of all the ages, bless thee and thy children throughout all the ages. May the Lord give to thee and to thy seed greatness and great glory, cause thee and thy seed from among all flesh to approach him, to serve him in his sanctuaries, as the angels of his presence, and as the holy ones. Woo! Even as they shall the seed of thy sons be for glory and greatness and holiness. May he make them great. May he make them great unto all the ages." And they said, "And they shall be judges and princes and chiefs of all the seed of the son of Jacob. They shall speak the word of the Lord in righteousness, and they shall judge all his judgments in righteousness. And they shall declare my ways to Jacob and my paths to Israel. The blessing of the Lord shall be given in their mouth, and to bless all the seed of the beloved. Thy mother has called thy name Levi, and justly has she called thy name. That thou shalt be joined to the Lord, and be companion of all the sons of Jacob. Let his table be thine, and do thou and thy son eat thereof. And may thy table be full unto all generations, and thy food fail not unto all the ages. and let all who hate thee fall down before thee, and worship. And let all thy adversaries be rooted out and perish. Blessed be he that blessed thee, and cursed be every nation that cursed thee. This sounds like the Abraham blessing. Because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the wonder. Let's see. It says, blessed be he that blessed thee. Okay, I heard that. It says, in Judah he said, may the Lord give thee strength and power to tread down all that hate thee. A prince shall thou be. Oh! It's talking specifically to Judah. A prince shall thou be, thou and one of thy sons over the sons of Jacob. Is this talk about David? Okay. May thy name and the name of thy sons go forth and traverse every land and regions. Then the Gentiles fear before thy face. All the nations shall quake, and all the people shall quake. In thee shall be the help of Jacob. Okay, this is somebody else. In thee be found the salvation of Israel. It says, when thou sittest on the throne of honor of thy righteousness, there will be great peace for all the seed of the sons of the beloved. Blessed be he that blessed thee, and all that hate thee and afflict thee and curse thee shall be rooted out and destroyed from the earth and be accursed. And he's turning, and he kissed him again, embraced him, and rejoiced greatly, for he has seen the sons of Jacob, his son in very truth. And he went forth from between his feet and fell down and bowed down to him, and he blessed them and rested there with Isaac his father that night, and they ate and drank with joy. And he made the two sons of Jacob sleep, the one on his right hand and the other on his left, and it was counted to him for righteousness. And here's another. And Jacob told his father everything during the night, how the Lord has shown him great mercy, and how he has prospered him in all his ways and protected him from all evil. Shush. And Isaac blessed the God of his father Abraham, who hath not withdrawn his mercy and his righteousness from the sons of his servant Isaac. In the morning Jacob told his father Isaac the vow which he had vowed to the Lord. It says, in the vision which he had seen it, and that he had built an altar, and that everything was ready for the sacrifice to be made before the Lord, as he has vowed, and that he has come to set him on an ass donkey. And Isaac said unto Jacob his son, I will not able to go with thee, for I am old and not able to bear the way. And go, my son, in peace, for I am 165 years this day. I am no longer able to journey. Set thy mother on an ass, let her go with thee. Aww. And I know, my son, that thou hast come on my account, and may this day be blessed on which thou hast seen me alive, and I also have seen thee, my son. And may thou prosper and fulfill the vow which thou vowed, and put not off thy vow, for thou shalt be called to account as touching the vow. Now therefore make haste to perform it, and may he be pleased who has made all things, whom thou hast vowed the vow. Okay, I want to show y'all guys something. Now, I love this in Ecclesiastes, but y'all, I don't know where it's at. But I know it's in Ecclesiastes too. And it talks about vows. It really does. It talks about vows. Found it. Okay. I gotta say it in the way. I gotta say it in the way of where I gotta say it. Okay. You ready? When thou vows a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou have vowed. See, man, every black person know that an older black person, how they say fools, if they say fools, like they say it just like that. It said, better is it that thou shalt not vow than that thou shalt vow and not pay. Now we're going to keep reading. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither said thou before an angel that it was an error. Wherefore shall God be angry at thy voice and destroy the works of thy hand. So y'all, don't make no vows that you can't keep. Let's know that don't make no vows that you can't keep. And he said to Rebekah, go with Jacob thy son. And Rebekah went with Jacob her son, and Deborah with her, and they came to Bethel. And Jacob remembered the prayer with which his father had blessed him, and his two sons, Levi and Judah. And he rejoiced and blessed the God of his father, Abraham and Isaac. And he said, now I know that I have an eternal hope, and my sons also, before the God of all, and thus it is ordained concerning the two. And they recorded as an eternal testimony unto them on the heavenly tablets how Isaac blessed them. 32. High new color! And he abode that night at Bethel. And Levi dreamed that they had ordained and made him the priest of the Most High God, him and his sons forever. And he awoke from his sleep and blessed the Lord. And Jacob arose early in the morning on the 14th of this month, and he gave a tithe of all that came with him, and both of men, cattle, both of gold, and every vessel and garment. Yea, he gave tithes of all. In those days, Rachel became pregnant with her son Benjamin. Jacob counted his sons from him uprightly. Hold on, y'all. Okay, what's the other phone of mine? It's uprightly. Levi fell to the portions of the Lord, and his father clothed him in the garment of priesthood. And filled his hands. And portions of the Lord. Okay, and filled his hands. And on the 15th of this month, he brought to the altar. Okay, y'all, I'm literally about to go live again on TikTok. I'm about to go live again, so bear with me. I'm sorry. I can't. Well, y'all gonna see y'all on TikTok. Y'all gonna just be hearing me read. So yeah. Hi everybody, welcome to my live. We doing Jubilees this time. I'm also live on my YouTube. So link in the bio, you will actually see it and stuff that well. So it says, we're gonna read this over again. On the 15th of this month, he brought to the altar 14 oxen. Ooh. Hold on. I need something really stable. I think that's stable. 14. It said. Oh, that's definitely stable. It said he brought to the altar 14 oxen from amongst the cattle, and 28 rams, and 49 sheep, and 7 lambs, and 21 kids of the goats as a burnt offering on the altar of sacrifice, well pleasing for a sweet savor before God. This was his offering in consequence of the vow which he has vowed that he would give a tenth with their fruit offerings and their drink offering. And when the fire has consumed it, and y'all used to think that the Most High, when he did his offerings, he when he did his offerings, I was thinking that God ate the offerings and things of that nature. It says in drink offering, and when it said he burnt incense on the fire over the fire, and for a thanks offering 2 oxen and 4 rams and 4 sheep, 4 he goats and 2 sheep of a year old and 2 kids of the goats, and thus he did daily for 7 days, and he and all his sons and his men were eating this with joy there during 7 days, and blessing and thanking the Lord who had delivered him out of all his tribulation and had given him his vow. Y'all, if you want to join my live on YouTube, you can actually see what I am reading. Just letting y'all know. Okay, I thought somebody else commented on my YouTube. It says, he tied all the clean animals and made a burnt sacrifice. But the unclean animal he gave not to Levi his son. He gave him all the souls of the men. Okay. And Levi discharged the priestly offering at Bethel before Jacob his father, in preference to his 10 brothers, and he was a priest there. And Jacob gave his vow. Thus he tied again the tithe to the Lord and sanctified it, and he became holy unto him. And for this reason is ordained on the heavenly tablets as a law for the tithes again, the tenth to eat before the Lord from year to year, in the place where it is chosen that his name shall dwell, and to his law there is no limit of days forever. The ordinance is written that it may be fulfilled from year to year in eating the second tithe before the Lord in the place where it has been chosen, and nothing shall remain over from it from this year to the year following. How many minutes is this? This is the hour. Normal time. That's really normal. An hour, being this thing for an hour, especially Jubilees, that is really normal. Especially like an hour and 30 minutes. Like it's really that's normal for me. 2 hours, that's like an excessive, but we're like literally about to wrap this thing up. It's for in this year's shall the seed be eaten till the day of the gathering of the seed of the year, and the wine till the days of the wine, and the oil till the days of the season. All that is left thereof became old. Let it not be regarded as polluted. Let it be burnt with fire, for it is unclean. And thus let them eat it together in the sanctuary. Let them not suffer it to become old. For all the tithes of oxen and sheep shall be holy unto the Lord, and shall belong to his priests, which they will eat before him from year to year. For thus is it ordained and engraven regarding the tithes of the heavenly tablets. Tell me why that was like a mouthful for me. And on the following night, on the 22nd day of this month, Jacob resolved to build that place, and to surround the court with walls, and to sanctify it, and make holy forever for himself and his children after him. Okay, y'all, I got a pop quiz for this one. So with this one, TikTok, I'm talking to you. I got other ones. I got the pop quiz. Well, actually, y'all can still respond, but okay. Y'all can still respond with this first question, but the first question is more geared to my YouTube people because I went from like Jubilees 28. So yeah. So let's see. How can I respond with this one? I'm just writing down the freak. Okay, so where I'm right, it says on the okay, and the Lord appeared to him by night and blessed him and said unto them, Thy name shall not be called Jacob, but Israel shall thy name, thy name. What the fuck? It said that he said unto him again, I am the Lord who created the heaven and the earth, and I will increase thee and multiply thee exceedingly, and kings shall come forth from thee, and they shall judge everywhere whatever the foot of the soles of men has trodden. I will give to thy seed all the earth which is under heaven, and they shall judge all the nations according to their desire, and after that they shall get possession of the whole earth and inherit it forever. TikTok, can when people go live, can your live like can you gain followers from your live from TikTok? Because I really don't know. It says YouTube. Do you know the answer to that question too? It said he finished speaking with him, and he went up from him, and Jacob looked till he has ascended into heaven. Jacob ascended into heaven. I didn't know that. And he saw in a vision of the night, and behold, an angel descended from heaven with 7 tablets in his hand, and he gave them to Jacob. And he read them and knew all that was written therein, which would befall him and his sons throughout all the ages. And he showed him all that was written on the tablets, and said unto him, Do not build this place, and do not make it an internal sanctuary. Do not dwell here, for this is not the place. Go to the house of Abraham thy father, and dwell with Isaac thy father, until the day of the death of thy father. For in Egypt for thou shalt die in peace. In this land thou shalt be buried, and in this land thou shalt be buried with honor in the sepulchre of thy fathers, with Abraham and Isaac. Fear not, for as thou hast seen and read it, thus shall it all be, and do thou written down everything as thou hast seen and read. And Jacob said, Lord, how can I remember all that I have read and seen? And he said unto him, I will bring all things into remembrance. This sounds like what Christ said about what he said about the Holy Spirit would do, bring everything into remembrance. I can pull up that scripture. No, we're not. And he went up from him, and he awoke from his sleep, and remembered everything which he had read and seen. And he wrote down all the words which he had read and seen. And he said, I bit my tongue. And not that, it didn't hurt that much. It said he celebrated there yet another day. And he sacrificed thereon according to all he had sacrificed on the former day, and called its name addition. For this way, for this day was added, and the former day he called the feast. And thus it was manifested that it should be, and it is written on the heavenly tablets. It says, and it says, and thus it was manifest that it should be written on heavenly tablets. Wherefore it was revealed to him that he should celebrate it and add it to the 7th day of the feast. Do you think this is the Feast of Tabernacles? Because the Feast of Tabernacles mentions something about the 8th day. And his name was called Addition because it was recorded among the days of the feast days according to the number of the days of the year. In the night on the 23rd of this month, Deborah, Rebecca's nurse, died, and they buried her beneath the city under the oak of the river. He called the name of this place the River of Deborah, and the oak of the morning of Deborah. And Rebecca went and returned to her house to his father Isaac. And Jacob sent by her hand rams and sheep, and he goes that she should prepare a meal for his father as such as he desired. And he went after his mother till he came to the land of Cabral-Tan. He dwelt there. And Rachel bare a son in night, and called his name Son of My Sorrow, for she had suffered in giving him birth. But his father called his name Benjamin on the 11th of the 8th month in the first of the 6th week of this Jubilee. It says, and Rachel died there, and she was buried in the land of Ephrath, the same is Bethlehem. And Jacob built a pillar on the grave of Rachel, on the roll above her grave. 33, last chapter. Finally, we at the last chapter. Ooh, this is not gonna be the longest live I have done, but it's still long. The reason why it was so long because my dad needed me, and yeah, that's the reason why. And also, I was looking up something. I'm gonna be reason why. People just posting today, cause I can't stand that one thing, so I just like had to check. And Jacob went and dwelled to the south of. I bet you y'all see this. Y'all see this name? I bet you this is from. I bet you Mary Magdalene is from this because y'all see this part right here. I bet you Mary Magdalene is from this land right here. And he went to his father Isaac, and he and Leah, his wife, on the new moon of the 10th month. So basically, Rachel died first, and that's what. And Leah was still around. And Reuben saw Bahia, Rachel's maiden, the concubine of his father, bathing in water in a secret place, and he loved her. This right here sounds just like David, but except the whole father's wife thing. And he hid himself at night, and he entered the house of Bahia at night, and he found her sleeping alone on a bed in her house. And he lay with her, and she awoke and saw, and behold, Reuben was laid with her in the bed. And she uncovered the border of her cover, and seized him, and cried out, and discovered that it was Reuben. And she was ashamed because of him, and released her hand from him, and he fled. And she lamented because of this thing exceedingly, and did not tell it to anyone. And when Jacob returned and saw her, she said unto him, I am not clean for thee, for I have been defiled as regards thee. For Reuben has defiled me, and has lain with me in the night, and I was asleep, and did not discover until he uncovered my skirt and slept with me. And Jacob was exceedingly wroth with Reuben, because he had laid with Bahia, because he had uncovered his father's skirt. And Jacob did not approach her again because Reuben has defiled her. It said, and as for any man who uncovered his father's skirt, his deed is wicked exceedingly, for he is abominable before the Lord. It says, for this reason it is written and ordained on heavenly tablets, also in the Torah. I'm going to say Leviticus 18, that a man should not lie with his father's wife and should not uncover his father's skirt. Or this also speaks in 1 Corinthians as well. For this is unclean. They shall surely die together. The man who lies with his father's wife and the woman also, for she has wrought uncleanness on the earth. And there shall be nothing unclean before the Lord in the nation whom he has chosen for himself as a possession. And again, it is written a second time, cursed be he who lays with the wife of his father, for he has uncovered his father's shame. And all the holy ones of the Lord said, so be it, so be it. And do thou, Moses, command the children of Israel that they observe this word, for it entails a punishment of death, and it is unclean. And there is no atonement forever to obtain for the man who has committed this. But he is to be put to death and slain, and stones with stones, and rooted out from the midst of the people of our God. For to no man who does so in Israel is it permitted to remain alive a single day on the earth, for he is abominable and unclean. But let them not say to Reuben was granted life and forgiveness after he has laid with his father's concubine, and to him also, though she had a husband, her husband Jacob, his father was still alive. It says, for until that time there have not been revealed the ordinances and the judgment and law and its completeness for all, but in thy days it has been revealed as a law of season and of days, and an everlasting law for the everlasting generation. For this law there is no consummation of days and no atonement for it, but they must be rooted out in the midst of the nations, or nation on the day whereon they committed it, they shall slay them. But do thou, Moses, write it down for Israel, that they may observe it and do according to these words, and not commit sin unto death. So this is the sin unto death. Y'all see this? Do not commit sin unto death. We hear what sin unto death is up in John. Well, we don't know. It just says it in like first. It's one of John's letters. For the Lord our God is judge, who is respects and not person, and accepts not gifts. Tell them these words of the covenant, that they may hear and observe, and be on their guard with respect to them, and not be destroyed and rooted out of the land for uncleanness and abomination and contamination and a pollution, or all they who committed on the earth before our God. There is no greater sin than the fornication which they have committed on the earth. Or the fornication is that. For Israel is a holy nation unto the Lord is God, and a nation of inheritance, a priestly and a royal nation for his own possession. There shall no such uncleanness appear in the midst of the holy nation. And in the 3rd year of the 6th week, Jacob and all his sons went and dwelt in the house of Abraham, near Isaac his father, and Rebekah his mother. These were the names of the sons of Jacob: the firstborn, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, the sons of Leah, the sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin, and the sons of Badia, Dan, Naphtali, and the sons of Japal, Gad, Asher, and Dinah. That's the daughter of Leah, the only daughter of Jacob. And they came and bowed themselves to Isaac and Rebekah. And when they saw them, they blessed Jacob and all his sons. And Isaac rejoiced exceedingly, for he saw the sons of Jacob, his youngest son, and he blessed them. We're going to turn that out. Okay, so what we have here? What's two sons of Jacob? Here's the pop quiz. What's two sons of Jacob that was born on the new moon? Okay. Second question. When you obey God's commandments, what are you called? Okay. Third question. Okay. Now this is like a yes and no question. Was Jacob... Hold on. Okay. Who was the first person to want to build a temple to God? King David or Jacob? Now the first question... Reason why I did not put this on the screen because yeah. But anyway, tell me the sons of Jacob. But this is the kicker. You gotta tell me who are their mothers. Who are their mothers? So after this live, just go to that comment section, YouTube. And then also, if you're brave enough, you can type it in the comment section right now. And then, yeah. So, we are going to finish this live because we is done. I'm so happy I did this live and it was so much fun. Thank you everybody for watching and I see you next time. Bye.